Hi there. Hello, and my name is Renee Dubois, and I welcome you to my broadcast, better known as Sovereign Voices. As I promised a few days ago, I'm going to talk about the trade wars and tantrums between Trump versus Reagan versus Canada and common sense when ego cancels economics and America pays the price. You might have heard, listen, you've got a heartbeat and a pulse like me. I know you've heard that Donald Trump has canceled all trade with Canada because he simply didn't like a TV ad that was fact, not fake, as he claims, from previous President Ronald Reagan and his Reaganomics ideas. And he decided that because Ontario released this video, that he was going to cancel all trade. Now, in a stunning act of political vengeance, as I call it, or political porn, being as nasty as you can, Donald Trump has canceled, again, all trade with Canada. This was not done over policy. Let's start there. Or national security. He's not adult enough to do that, but rather it was because of Ronald Reagan, as I said, and a video that praises the benefits of fair trade and criticizes perfectionist tariffs. Okay, well, let's start right there. Donald Trump is guilty of protectionist or tariffs being out of order and out of sorts, isn't it? I dare say that Ronald Reagan had a lot more wits and intelligence. When you talk about Donald Trump, you're talking about, is this a person smarter than a fifth grader? He's constantly calling others dumb. And when you really listen to him talk, he puts down those that actually exhibit what he does. Now let that sink in for a moment. He once styled himself as the heir to Reagan's legacy and is now so threatened, oh well, he's always threatened by a few minutes of historical, not only truths, but facts that he's willing to cripple America's trade relationship with its largest and most peaceful partner. I think it's just sad, and I call it moral constipation. You take a video you create from AI and you put it all over social media where you're dumping crap on your own American citizens. But he expects the world to take him seriously, and the highest honor to achieve with a Nobel Peace Prize, he thinks they are stupid enough to award him something like that. The man lacks character. He lacks integrity. He lacks truth. All he does is lie, 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 lie. It's dangerous, to put it quite bluntly. And honestly, it exposes exactly what happens when personal vendettas replace economic strategy. I'm a PK, pastor's kid, preacher's kid. And the Bible declares that vengeance is mine, thus saith the Lord. Oh, yeah, I'm going there. And the vengeance porn, the vengeance against his perceived enemies in his small mind is just absolutely appalling. Let's dive into this a little deeper, and I'm going to give you a few details. In my mind, and I assure you, my mind is longer than a peanut. I'm not dumb. I'm highly educated. I've lived in more than 40 countries, and I can speak a few languages. There. Now, when Donald Trump tells you that, you know that it's a lie. But let's keep it nice. Number one, Reagan versus Trump, a rare tale of two leaders. What can I say about this? Reagan's famous pro-trade philosophy It really did help usher in decades of economic growth. Now, was I a fan of Ronald Reagan? Absolutely not. Am I a fan of Donald Trump? Absolutely not. I'm no fan of anyone that will cripple, starve, and mistreat people, especially people that you're supposed to govern and protect. Trump's rejection of Reagan's legacy, it actually reveals a turn towards isolationism and instability. Right, right now, the United States is the most unstable country in the world, all because of one person, Donald Trump. Combined with his loyalists and his sycophants who enable him and who do what he wants, wrong, right, or indifferent. Let's talk about number two. Why canceling trade with Canada is economic suicide. Canada is America's number one trading partner. Hello, with $2 billion in daily trade. What is wrong with this picture? Do you not see the problem? You know, there's a lot of talk that he's suffering from dementia, that he's had, many strokes. And I saw him in his feet and his ankles. There's a lot of jokes about that and how swollen they were. There's some that are saying that he has some kind of heart condition. But, cutting ties hurts farmers, auto workers, tech companies, although quite a few of the tech companies are already feeding into his crap. So, voila, maybe it's not hurting them so much. I own a tech company, but I'm not a part of those who are feeding into his narrative because it's all based on lies. And I read the Bible, it's based on truth. But everyday families on both sides of the border, both United States and Canada, are suffering severely, all behind one. I said I'd be nice, kind, and sweet, so I will. I'll be respectful. I have an uncle who was quite famous pastor who used to say, be nice, be kind, be sweet. So number three, why is canceling trade with Canada economic suicide? I'll bloody tell you why. Canada, again, is America's number one trading partner with $2 billion in daily trade. Hello, I think I said that, but it bears repeating. Not 2 million, not 2,000, 2 billion with a B. I know that he is doing all of this bailout for a country called Argentina, who are already on their way out as a country because of poor leadership like the United States has with Donald Trump. If you're following me, you know that I have this whole series on putting the think back in leadership and thinking leaders, one being a resonant leader and the other being a dissonant leader. Donald Trump is a dissonant leader. He's disconnected from the people and from himself. He's disconnected from reality. Let's do number four, shall we? Because I'm getting a little too hyped here. The danger of personality-driven policy. Woo yeah! Let's talk about that. When leaders of any level govern based on emotion, ego, or envy, the people are going to always suffer. Pure and simple. I don't care if you're a community leader, government leader, corporate leader. If you are a leader in any capacity and you render and lead with emotion, ego, and envy, everybody suffers except you, because leaders like that lead with lies and then they exalt their lies with more lies to build up their narrative. This is not just a failure of economics, it's a collapse of leadership ethics. Did I say it or did I not? So here's my view on this entire U.S. Canada trade fallout. I'm the founder and creator of Think Leadership. I've got videos out everywhere that I'm just literally giving away because right now is the time to hear about sound thinking leaders, isn't it? Leadership, my friends, is about vision, not vengeance. Global diplomacy demands maturity, not meltdowns. Donald Trump had a huge meltdown the moment he realized that video was put out. But it was truth. It was fact. Oh, I forgot. He can't handle truth. He doesn't know what truth is. And oh, can you imagine? He named his social media platform Truth. Hello? This coming from a man who knows nothing but lies. He's talking about on the airplane the other day that he's higher ratings than he's ever had. That's a lie. No, he's not. 67% of Americans disagree with everything he's doing. Trump's move undermines diplomatic stability. Nothing is stable with countries around the world with Donald Trump. Oh, unless you're the country that's giving him a multi-million-dollar jumbo jet. Canada is one of America's largest trading partners, always has been and always will be, because when the bloke gets kicked out, it's going to be something different. This isn't just about tariffs. It's about risking billions in cross-border jobs, healthcare, partnerships, and food security. Oh, should I start there? Over a personal vendetta? Do you know Donald Trump and the GOP have emphatically said, not only to the United States public, but to the world, that they are not going to use the emergency fund to feed their own people. What the bloody hell? Oh, I get it. These are people from hell. So this is the reason they extend hell, isn't it? It's real talk. And those of you who are Trump-loving MAGAs, I don't care if you don't like it. It's fact, it's truth. Trump's threat to cancel and then ultimately canceled all trade with Canada over a political ad is not just irrational, it's bloody stuck on stupid, it's dangerous economic retaliation based on personal weakness. His moral constipation, his vindictive porn, being as nasty and as vindictive as he can, is felt in nations all over the world. Let me leave you with something, what a real leader has indicated. Prime Minister Mark Carney said in a speech recently that I felt was very powerful and very timely for my broadcast today. He said, and I quote, "We used to take big, bold risk in Canada. It's time to swing for the fences again." I love it. Now, you may not understand what he's saying there, diplomatically speaking, but I do. And if you really want to know what he's saying, then go do a little digging, because Canada's intentions have always been pure. And you know what? When your intentions are pure, clean, devoid of porn and nastiness, you don't lose anyone. They lose you. Oh, Canada, you have not lost America. America has lost you.